Your soulmate is about to make a request you cannot refuse. Prepare yourself, my beloved child. Stop everything for a moment. The universe has been quietly whispering something to you, a hidden truth that only your heart can recognize. Today, in this sacred moment, the veil is lifting, and what has been unseen is about to reveal itself. Feel it? That subtle stirring within your soul. That is not coincidence. That is destiny reaching out with gentle hands, ready to guide you toward a path that has been waiting for you all along. Listen closely, because this is for you. Something extraordinary is aligning in your life, something that has been quietly forming behind the scenes, orchestrated by forces far greater than your mind can comprehend. You may not have noticed it yet, but every late-night thought, every quiet prayer, every sigh in your solitude has been preparing you for this exact moment. And now, the universe has a message that cannot be ignored. Your soulmate is about to make a request you cannot refuse. Prepare yourself. Yes. Your heart is about to recognize a calling so profound that it will ripple through your very being. This is not just a message of love, but a divine awakening, a cosmic invitation to step fully into the life you were always meant to live. Something hidden has been quietly waiting for the perfect timing, and that timing is now. Feel it in your chest, the anticipation, the clarity. The sense that something greater is moving through your life. Every doubt, every fear, every question you have carried is about to meet its answer. This is more than destiny. It is a sacred alignment, a harmony between your soul and the divine rhythm of the universe. And in this alignment, the message is simple but profound: be ready. Open your heart. Trust what is coming. The hidden forces that have guided you here are now ready to unveil a moment of truth, a blessing that is deeply personal, uniquely yours. There is hope, there is clarity, there is purpose, and it all begins the moment you allow yourself to see beyond the ordinary, to feel beyond the surface, and to embrace the divine timing that surrounds you. Do not turn away. Do not doubt the subtle signs. This is your awakening. Watch closely, feel deeply, and allow the universe to guide you toward a love and a calling that has always been written in the stars for you. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and watch this complete video, because the hidden wisdom waiting for you now is more powerful than you can imagine, and it will change everything. I also want to pass on a time-sensitive message from the moon to you, and you need to hear it today. A subtle yet powerful energy will push you to make a critical decision by the end of the week. You won't find the answer in your horoscope, so don't bother looking there. Click the link in the description to see your free personalized video moon reading. I was amazed at how accurate my reading was, and I know you will feel the same. Listen closely, beloved, for I am speaking now, not from the noise of the world, but from the stillness that lives within you. You did not arrive at this message by accident. Every breath you have taken, every delay you thought was a denial, every silent night when your heart questioned what was coming next, all of it has been guiding you here. I have been watching you longer than you realize. I have seen the patience you were forced to learn, the strength you did not know you possessed, and the quiet faith you carried even when you felt unseen. Now I speak to you because the moment you have been sensing is approaching. And it carries a weight that cannot be ignored. There is a soul connected to yours by design, not by chance. Before time gave you a name, before your story unfolded in chapters of joy and struggle, I wove a thread between you and this person. You have felt it in moments you could not explain, in sudden calm, in longing without a face, in dreams that lingered longer than they should. That was not imagination. That was recognition awakening slowly. I did not rush it, because what is sacred must be prepared for. And you, beloved, have been in preparation. Your soulmate has been standing at the edge of courage, gathering the strength to speak. Their heart has been restless. Their thoughts return to you even when they try to distract themselves. They have rehearsed words they are afraid to say, knowing that once spoken, nothing will remain the same. The request they are about to make is not casual, nor is it light. It is a turning point. It will ask something of you that touches your future, your trust, your willingness to step beyond what feels safe. Do not misunderstand me. This is not a demand meant to take from you. It is an invitation that will reveal who you are becoming. I have watched you outgrow old versions of yourself, shed beliefs that kept you small, and release attachments that could not follow you into what is next. This request will meet you at that new threshold. You will feel its gravity immediately, like the air changing before a storm. Except this storm brings clarity, not destruction. You may wonder why I say you cannot refuse. It is not because you lack free will. I gave you that, and I honor it always. It is because your soul already recognizes the truth behind the request. Refusing it would feel like denying your own voice, like turning away from a door you have been praying would open. Your mind may hesitate, but your spirit will know. That knowing will be unmistakable. It will be gentle, firm, and deeply familiar. I know you are cautious. You have learned caution through disappointment and silence. You have learned to protect your heart by questioning timing, motives, and outcomes. I do not fault you for that. Protection was necessary for a season. But hear me now, the season of constant guarding is ending. This next chapter requires discernment, not fear. It requires presence, not retreat. The request coming toward you will test whether you trust only what you can control, or whether you trust the unfolding I have been orchestrating beyond your sight. Your soulmate does not come empty-handed. They come carrying growth earned through struggle, humility born from mistakes, and love refined by waiting. They have been changed by the same invisible hand that has been shaping you. When they speak, you will sense sincerity before logic catches up. Their request will not be perfect in its delivery, but it will be honest in its core. I am not asking you to overlook red flags. I am asking you to see with eyes that are no longer clouded by past wounds. There will be a moment of stillness after they speak. In that moment, time will feel suspended. You may feel your heart race, your breath slow, or your thoughts scatter. That is normal. That is the body responding to alignment. Do not rush to fill that silence. Let it breathe. I will be there with you in that pause, reminding you of every step that led you here, every prayer you whispered without knowing how it would be answered. Understand this. The request is not only about union with another, it is about union with your own truth. Saying yes will require you to release an old narrative about how love arrives, how long it takes, or what it must look like to be real. Saying yes will stretch you, but it will not break you. It will challenge you, but it will not erase you. It will call you forward, not pull you under. You may fear losing control. You may fear being seen too deeply. You may fear that if you step into this, you will not be able to step back unchanged. That fear is not a warning, it is confirmation. Transformation always feels like standing at the edge of something vast. I have never asked you to leap blindly. I have asked you to trust the ground I have already prepared beneath your feet. Remember how many times you asked me for clarity, for reassurance, for a sign that you were not alone in your waiting. This is that answer, unfolding in human form. Not dramatic in the way the world expects, but profound in the way souls recognize each other. The request your soulmate makes will align with the deepest desire you have tried to quiet because you were afraid to want it too much. Do not shrink when the moment arrives. Do not minimize what you feel to appear strong. Strength now is honesty. Courage now is presence. Love now is action guided by wisdom. I am not removing obstacles only to watch you build new ones out of doubt. Trust that I have accounted for what you cannot foresee. Trust that timing is not late, it is precise. As this moment draws nearer, you may notice signs increasing, memories resurfacing, emotions intensifying, dreams becoming more vivid. This is your inner world aligning with what is about to manifest. Stay grounded. Stay open. Speak truthfully when the time comes, but do not speak from fear. Speak from awareness. You are not being tested, you are being invited. I know you want certainty. I know you want guarantees. But faith is not born from guarantees, it is born from recognition. When the request is made, recognition will rise within you like a quiet dawn. You will understand why certain doors closed, why certain connections faded, why delays protected you. You will see that nothing was wasted. And so I ask you now, before the moment arrives, to prepare your heart not with expectations, but with readiness. Release the need to rehearse outcomes. Release the urge to control how it unfolds. Be present enough to feel what is true. That will be enough. That will be everything. I am not finished speaking to you. There is more you must understand about what follows after you respond, about how this choice ripples outward into areas of your life you have not yet connected to love. The path does not end with the request, it begins there. And as I continue to reveal what is coming next, I want you to remain here with me, listening, breathing, allowing the mystery to unfold, because what I am about to show you next will explain why this request carries such power, and why your soul has been preparing for it longer than you remember. Remain with me. Do not drift away from this stillness, because what I am revealing now requires your full attention, not the kind that strains, but the kind that listens with the heart. You are closer than you have ever been, and closeness can feel unsettling when you have grown used to distance. I know the instinct to brace yourself, to wonder where the cost will appear. But listen, what approaches is not a loss disguised as gain. It is alignment revealing itself layer by layer. When your soulmate makes this request, it will activate parts of you that have been dormant. Gifts you once doubted, hopes you buried under practicality. Tenderness you learned to hide to survive, these will stir. You may feel exposed, as though a light has been turned on in a room you kept dim on purpose. That light is not meant to shame you, it is meant to show you how much space you have been living in without realizing it. I have always known your capacity. Now you are about to see it reflected back to you through another soul. There is a reason I waited until now. Had this request come earlier, you might have said yes for the wrong reasons, or no for reasons rooted in fear rather than truth. Timing is not only about events lining up, it is about identity catching up with destiny. You had to become someone who could stand in this moment without abandoning yourself. You had to learn the difference between longing and readiness. That lesson was not easy, but it was necessary. Your soulmate's request will feel simple on the surface, yet profound beneath it. It may sound like a question, an invitation, a declaration, or a proposal of shared direction. But beneath the words is a deeper ask. Will you walk forward with me as you are now, not as who you used to be? That is why you will feel its weight. It is not about romance alone, it is about partnership in growth, truth, and purpose. You have spent years learning how to stand alone. I watched you build resilience, independence, and clarity. I am proud of that season. But do not confuse independence with isolation. The strength you cultivated was never meant to replace connection, it was meant to prepare you for it. What comes next does not diminish your individuality, it expands it. Two whole beings choosing to walk together do not lose themselves, they discover new dimensions of who they are. You may notice resistance arise in subtle ways. Thoughts like, what if this changes everything? Or what if I fail at this? Or what if I lose the version of myself I worked so hard to become? These thoughts are not signs to stop. They are signs that something real is at stake. Growth always asks a price, but the price is never your soul, it is only the shedding of what no longer fits. I want you to remember something important when the moment comes. You are not responsible for carrying the entire future on your shoulders. You are only responsible for your truth in this moment. Do not attempt to solve years ahead with one answer. Simply answer honestly, grounded in who you are now. I will take care of what unfolds next. I have always done so, even when you doubted it. Your soulmate has also been afraid. Do not imagine them as fearless while you feel unsure. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the decision to move forward despite it. Their request is an act of vulnerability. It costs them something to speak. When you see that, when you recognize the risk they are taking, compassion will rise naturally. Let it. Compassion does not mean agreement, it means presence. There is a sacred balance here. You are not meant to disappear into this connection, nor are you meant to keep it at arm's length. You are meant to meet it fully, honestly, awake. I will guide you in finding that balance if you remain willing to listen. My voice will not shout, it will steady you. It will remind you of what feels grounded rather than rushed, expansive rather than constricting. Pay attention to how your body responds when the request is made. Your body carries wisdom your mind often overrides. Notice whether you feel open or closed, calm or tight, rooted or scattered. These sensations are messengers, not judges. They offer information, not commands. Sit with them before responding. I am not in a hurry. Even if the moment feels urgent, you may wonder what happens if you say yes. I will not reveal everything at once, because unfolding is part of the gift. But I will tell you this, saying yes sets a sequence into motion that touches areas of your life you thought were separate: creativity, purpose, stability, joy. Love, when aligned, becomes a catalyst. It sharpens clarity. It exposes what needs healing. It amplifies what needs expression. This connection is not a distraction from your path, it is intertwined with it, and if you say yes, there will still be challenges. Do not romanticize what I am offering you. Sacred does not mean effortless. It means meaningful. It means growth with support rather than struggle in isolation. You will still need communication, patience, and humility. But you will not be navigating them alone, and you will not be navigating them blindly. If part of you fears disappointment, remember this: disappointment is not failure. It is information. But I did not bring you this far to abandon you at the threshold. I have been refining discernment in you precisely so you could recognize what is true when it stands before you. Trust that refinement. Trust the wisdom earned through experience, not the cynicism formed through pain. There is also something important you must understand about choice. You cannot refuse this request because refusing it would not bring you peace. It would bring a lingering question that follows you into quiet moments, into other connections, into future decisions. You would sense that something unresolved remains. Acceptance, whatever form it takes, brings completion. Even if acceptance includes boundaries or conditions, it must come from truth, not avoidance. I am not asking you to abandon yourself for love. I am asking you to bring yourself fully into it. Speak your needs. Name your values. Honor your limits. The right connection does not require you to shrink. It meets you where you stand and invites you to grow from there. As you prepare for this moment, release the pressure to perform. You do not need the perfect response, the perfect timing, or the perfect words. Presence is enough. Honesty is enough. I will work with what is real, not what is rehearsed. Notice how even now, as you read these words, something in you is settling. That is not coincidence. That is resonance. You are remembering something ancient and true, that love guided by wisdom is not something to fear. It is something to steward. There will be a point, shortly after the request, when you realize that life feels slightly different, not dramatically altered, but subtly shifted. Colors may seem sharper. Silence may feel fuller. That is alignment making itself known. Do not analyze it away. Allow it. You are stepping into a chapter that requires courage of a different kind, not the courage to endure, but the courage to receive. Receiving can feel harder than surviving. It asks you to believe you are worthy without proving it through struggle. Let that belief take root. I am still with you. I will remain with you through the response, through the aftermath, through the adjustments that follow. You are not walking into uncertainty alone. You are walking into a mystery that has been prepared with intention. Stay open. Stay grounded. Stay honest. Because there is still more I need to tell you, about the ripple this choice creates, about the role you play in shaping what follows, and about the moment after the moment, when you realize that the request was never only about your soulmate. It was also about answering a calling within yourself that has been waiting patiently for you to say yes. Stay with me a little longer, beloved, for this is where understanding settles into wisdom, and wisdom becomes peace. You have walked through suspense and mystery not to be overwhelmed, but to be awakened. Now I will bring what I have revealed into completion, so your heart may rest rather than wander. What you are truly being asked to accept is not only a request from another soul, but a responsibility to your own becoming. Love, when aligned, does not simply join two lives, it calls each life higher. That is why this moment feels weighty. You are sensing the echo of your future self, the one who has already stepped beyond hesitation and knows that courage was the quiet choice you made when it mattered most. After the request is answered, something gentle but irreversible will occur within you. You will notice that old questions lose their urgency. The ones that once circled your mind late at night: am I on the right path? Am I enough? Is there more meant for me? Will soften. They may not disappear entirely, but they will no longer control you. Certainty does not arrive as loud assurance, it arrives as calm direction. You will feel it guiding your decisions, your boundaries, your hopes. Do not expect fireworks every day. Sacred connections are not sustained by constant intensity, they are sustained by shared presence. There will be ordinary moments that carry extraordinary meaning, quiet conversations, shared silence, simple choices made together. These are not small things. These are the building blocks of trust. Pay attention to them. Honor them. They are where love becomes real rather than imagined. There will also be moments when you are challenged to communicate rather than withdraw, to listen rather than assume, to remain rather than escape. These moments are not signs you chose wrongly. They are invitations to practice what you have learned. Growth does not end when love begins, it deepens. And you are capable of this depth, even when it stretches you. You may wonder if you will ever doubt again. Yes, you will. Doubt is part of being human. But it will no longer own you. You will recognize it as a passing cloud rather than a permanent sky. Each time doubt arises, you will return to what you know, not what you fear, not what others project, but what you have experienced and felt in truth. I want you to understand something essential. You are not being saved by this connection. You were never broken beyond wholeness. This love does not complete you, it complements you. You are meeting as two individuals choosing partnership, not as two halves searching for repair. This distinction matters. It keeps love healthy, grounded, and free, as time unfolds, you will see how this choice influences areas of your life you once thought unrelated. Your voice will strengthen. Your decisions will clarify. Opportunities will align not because you chased them harder, but because you are no longer divided within yourself. Unity inside creates coherence outside. This is the quiet miracle few speak of, but many feel. There will come a day when you look back on this moment and realize how gently it arrived, how subtly it changed you. You will smile at the version of yourself who wondered if they were ready. You will feel gratitude for the patience you were forced to learn, even when it felt like waiting without answers. Nothing was wasted. Not the silence. Not the longing. Not the lessons that came wrapped in disappointment, if fear whispers that love will ask too much of you. Remember this, love aligned with truth never demands self-erasure. It invites self-expression. If love asks you to betray your values, silence your intuition, or abandon your well-being, that is not the love I am guiding you toward. The request coming to you honors who you are becoming, not who you pretend to be. I have spoken often of preparation because preparation is love's foundation. But now I speak of presence. Be here. Be now. Do not rush ahead into imagined futures or retreat into remembered pain. The power of this moment exists only where you are standing. Meet it fully. There is peace available to you, not the absence of challenge, but the presence of meaning. That peace grows when you choose honesty over avoidance. Courage over comfort, alignment over appearance. You have been practicing these choices longer than you think. This moment simply gathers them together. I know you may still wish for one final sign, one undeniable assurance. But consider this, the calm settling in your chest, the clarity replacing confusion, the quiet readiness replacing urgency. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations spoken in a language deeper than words. Now I will tell you what comes after acceptance, in its simplest truth. What comes next is life, real, imperfect, shared life. Laughter and learning. Adjustments and understanding. Growth that unfolds not all at once, but steadily. And through it all, you will not lose yourself. You will recognize yourself more clearly than ever before. I am not asking you to be fearless. I am asking you to be faithful to your truth, to your growth, to the wisdom you have earned. Faithfulness like this creates stability no circumstance can take away. As this message draws to its close, take a breath. Feel where you are. Feel the ground beneath you. You are not standing at the edge of something dangerous. You are standing at the entrance to something meaningful. Step forward not because you must, but because you are ready. I have guided you here gently, deliberately, lovingly. I will continue to guide you beyond this moment, long after the words fade. You are seen. You are supported. You are capable, and now, beloved, the message is complete. Walk in clarity. Walk in courage. Walk in love. I am with you, always. Amen.